of generational wealth. If we bankrupt a business or choke in a crisis, we don't get a second, third, or fourth chance. If things don't go our way, we don't have the luxury of whining or cheating others to get further ahead. No. We don't get to change the rules so we always win. If we see a mountain in front of us, we don't expect there to be an escalator waiting to take us to the top. No. We will.
Sorry, y'all. Do y'all hear how racist that is? That's crazy. And it begs the question, first of all, who is we? I'm going to insinuate, since this whole crowd of all these different people are cheering, we means people of color, and that's just what she's throwing in. Clearly, she's insinuating black people, of course. Black people are at the top of the hierarchy when it comes to people of color in leftist ideology. So she said, we don't get second and third chances when we lose our businesses or bankrupt ourselves. We don't get to lie and cheat to make our way to the top. When we're at the bottom of a mountain, we don't expect an escalator to show up. So what she's really meaning is that white people are liars, they are cheaters, they expect everything to be handed to them. White people own this entire system and get to create whatever it is that they want. White people get handed second, third, and fourth chances. How that works, I don't know. Do you white people, let me know. Y'all have a hotline y'all call when you need a second or third chance? And you go through a little questionnaire about your heritage and your skin color, and all of a sudden you're granted that second, third, or fourth chance. I have no idea what the hell this woman is talking about, but she's on the same victimhood arc that she's been on for the entirety of her life, and especially her life in politics at the side of Barack Obama. That is a crazy thing to say. And how she switched out the way she worded this by saying white people lie, white people cheat, and they steal, and they this and that, and they expect an escalator to be set out right in front of them, and they get second and third chances. Guarantee she'd be getting a very different response. But because she's talking about the hardship of blackness and people of color, and people can use that as a crutch so they don't have to take accountability for their own actions, people are going to be cheering this on. And I do have to point out, you know, she's saying we don't have the luxury of the affirmative action of generational wealth, meaning that white people have had access to generational wealth by virtue of their whiteness. People of color haven't, and we don't have that privilege. There are many white people who in no way, shape, or form have benefited from generational wealth, who have no generational wealth, who are in this very moment in our year 2024 trying to build generational wealth for their kids to come, their grandkids to come, and to build their own legacy here in this country. They did not benefit from this privileged affirmative action of generational wealth. There are also many black and brown people in this country who do have generational wealth, whose parents owned businesses, their grandparents started businesses, their grandparents were doctors, lawyers, all these different things, and they've been able to pass down that wealth from generation to generation, and now they're sitting in comfort here in 2024. There are also many black people who don't have access to that. Who are you to speak on behalf of an entire group of people and tell them what they do and do not have access to, what they do and do not have the privilege of? And the demeaning way in which she talks about people of color is astounding to me. And to do that and say that to just a huge crowd of applause is insane, okay? And that is wholly separate from the clear racial undertone in everything that she's saying. If you are a white person who has struggled in life, who did not have access to generational wealth, what did she just say to you? Yes, you did. You're white. And I gotta imagine there's white people in the crowd at the DNC. There was thousands of people there that have struggled through their lives as well and have not been handed privilege on a silver platter by virtue of being born white. Yes, they listen to these speeches, and they've been so propagandized, so indoctrinated by this like woke speak, white guilt, self-flagellating language that they accept this. And they think that this is an okay thing to say out loud to a group of people who are now going to go on to decide the future of our country and who leads it. Michelle Obama is Delulu with a capital D, which explains why she was at the DNC saying this stuff. Now, beyond that, she talks about her own life, her own family, and